Carissimi fan, eccoci di nuovo qui per un secondo appuntamento con questa convention bis, la SpaceCon 6 bis, di cui avete già visto la prima parte dedicata a Barbara Bain. Abbiamo stavolta come ospite Yasuko Nagazumi, l'attrice che molti di voi ricorderanno in diversi episodi della seconda stagione, che si collegherà appunto con noi per una breve intervista e alcune domande sul suo lavoro, su quello che è stato. È un'attrice che, come sapete, ha vissuto a Los Angeles, adesso è tornata a Tokyo, quindi noi non siamo mai riusciti ad avere né come ospite né a contattare, e quindi approfittiamo finalmente di questa prima occasione per conoscere. Passo a questo punto la palla a Marcello Rossi e l'incombenza a Silvana Corti per l'intervista con la nostra ospite. Grazie e ciao a tutti.
Okay, so first of
Okay.
all, greetings from all Italian fans of Space 1999. We are going to show this video in our next convention, and it's a great pleasure for us to have you here. So thank you so much for participating. And we don't have much time, but we have gathered a few questions from the Italian fans who are really excited to finally be able to see you in an interview. Okay, so this is our first time with you. And of course, we know that after you stopped being an actress, you had a great career as a producer, and you were also responsible for many famous print advertising campaigns with the highest rated fashion brands. But of course, as an actress, you are best known for your roles on British television, of course, especially in The Protectors and Space 1999. So our questions are going to focus on especially Space 1999, and then maybe something on The Protectors. Okay. Good.
All right.
So our first question, the first question from the fans is, how did you get to be part of the cast of Space 1999 season 2? How did this happen? Because you entered when the series was already in progress. So
Yes, the thing is, I went to England after I graduated to university in Tokyo, and then that I went there to study English literature. And then I had no intention. I was never wasn't an actress while I was living in Japan. But when I got there and I was about to go and look for the school I can go to learn English literature, and then suddenly some photographer approached me and took a picture of me, and that it turned out to be he's an American photographer. And so I said, why do you want to take a picture? She said, well, it is very rare. And then that when I mentioned that I'm Japanese and I just arrived 2 months ago to London. And so he took a picture, and then the picture became a cover of the magazine called London Life.
wow.
And then that was it. And then that suddenly I got the call from some the producers who were shooting the feature films. It is called Deadlier Than the Male in Italy. And they said that, we need some Japanese actress in it who speak the language as well, the Japanese language. And then, so I said, well, I never acted in my life. I don't know what to do. So she said, no, don't worry. We will teach you, because there was no Japanese actress in the whole Europe. I mean, you're talking about over 50 years ago.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
over 50 years. I
Fantastic.
mean, it's about 55 years ago. So I said, okay. And that's how I became an actress. And that was a movie was being shot in Italy with that Richard, Elke Sommer and Richard Johnson. And that's,
Okay.
they made me an actress. And then suddenly I became an actress in England. But I never was in that production, any kind of production in Japan too, but that's how my life is. So I never became a school teacher in Japan, and I just lived in England. But that's
Yeah.
how, but until I get to, then I started working, but I did lots of work for BBC and also that, because of that, that the Richard Johnson's movie that they recommended me to lots of people, including James Bond people as well.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
started working as an actress, and then suddenly one I was approached by a Royal Shakespeare Company,
Oh,
and
wow.
I became a Royal Shakespeare Company member. There was
Wow.
no Asian, but you see, Mr. That the Shakespeare never even knew about Japan, so there was no classic, that the things for the Japanese that involving Japanese. But the
Yeah, it's
nice
true.
things about being in England, although I was Japanese, but lots of that people who offer me has nothing to do with me being Japanese.
Hmm.
They offer me the part which was just written for any English actress, and then so I played that secretary and all kind of the bodyguard, and then I met that what you call the producers of that the protectors.
Yes.
And then I started working, and then while we were working, and that they got an idea, Silver and that Anderson's got an
Yeah.
idea to do the Space 1999. So I was cast as one of some of the as that the regular
Hmm. Yeah.
member of that the Space 1999, which was wonderful. That's how,
Fantastic.
yeah. And then I met my husband then, who was one of the director, and that was Ray Austin. And I got
Yeah.
married to him. And that instead of staying in London, he wanted to come to Hollywood to do the direction. So that's why we moved to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then I lived there for 50 years. But now, I mean, that the Ray passed away long, long time ago. And then I have been living with my cat. And now that cat died.
Oh.
So I decided there's no point of me hanging in that LA. So I
Hmm.
decided to move back to Japan, where my parents left a property and a business, a
Oh,
property
wow.
business, rental agent
Mm.
business. Yeah, in Japan. That's why I
Interesting.
decided
Yeah.
to come. And then I moved here to live 3 months ago. And I am now totally settled down here.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
And
a
then
what a life change.
the Space 1999 50th anniversary is
Yeah.
taking place in that Burbank, and that
Yeah.
I was invited to be there. So I'm going there in September.
Yeah, yeah. And we're going to have a call with them, so we're probably going to see each other again during the
Yeah.
same event
Oh,
because our
do you
Italian
think you
event
will come
is on the
over?
same dates. Our Italian event is on the same dates, so we are going to have a two-way call
Ah,
with
okay.
America. Yeah, yeah.
But
So.
you are not coming to
And
Burbank, you
unfortunately
are
not,
not.
but
Okay.
no, but we are going to host our Italian convention on the same
Ah,
date.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, I will be there. Yeah, I'll be there
Fantastic.
from yeah, I will arrive
Great.
there 11th and then attend that 12, 13, 14th. And then I stay on another 5 days because I have quite a lot to do to
Mhm.
finish all the things in America. So
Yeah,
I'm going to stay on another 5 days. Then I come
good.
back to LA, to Tokyo.
Okay, so talking about Space 1999, how did you get along with the other cast members, especially with Barbara and Martin?
Well,
Uh,
Barbara and that Martin Lauda, that when, I lived in that London, I lived in that area called Little Venice, which is along around the canal, and that they were a neighbor, so we became friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Love
and
that
then
area.
because
It's a
I was
lovely
an
area.
actress, and then that we became friend, and then that my daughter Mickey and their
Hmm.
daughter became the best friend. So
Oh,
Mm.
the whole family we were always seeing, and then we like each other very much.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
lovely. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was
And
so nice.
uh-huh. And did you keep in touch with them even in the next years, or did you keep in touch with anyone else after the series?
Well, I saw that but Martin passed away long
Yeah.
time ago, and then but time to time I was in touch, and then he passed
Mhm.
away. But
Yeah.
I was in touch with Barbara
Hmm.
that time to time, and
Hmm.
then that we saw each other in that when I started that that attending that autograph gathering, and
Yeah.
then I saw Barbara. But then a couple of times I saw her at the Space 99 gathering, and then
Hmm.
she started having kind of a bit of a health issue. So I haven't
Hmm.
seen her for a long time.
Okay.
And then I
Okay.
came here now, so I will never see
Yeah.
her. But she's coming to attend that the gathering in at Burbank, right?
Yeah, I
Because
think
the whole
so. I
trouble was
think
she
so.
didn't want to
Yeah.
fly to England or anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a problem
Yeah.
because she said that she has so many physical problems.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
I
I
think
know
that's
that,
the
yeah.
reason why. Yeah.
I know that
Yes, we
Nick
know,
is
we know.
also, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Nick is also going to be in Burbank. Nick
Who?
Tate.
Oh,
Nick Tate.
Nick lives
Yeah.
in Nick lived in the center of the Pacific Palisade where
I
they had a
know.
Mm.
fair.
He was
Mm.
he
Yeah.
was our
Yes.
guest last year. He came to Italy last year for our convention, and
Yeah.
then a few
Yeah.
months later, we knew that of the
Mm.
Pacific Palisades fire. It was
Yeah.
terrible. My
Mm.
gosh, poor
Yeah.
him. Okay,
Yeah.
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 Okay. Shall we go on to the next question, if you don't mind? Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
yeah, in the second season of Space 1999, there was a lot of turnover about among the supporting cast, especially, and there were episodes that were shot simultaneously. So the main characters were either missing in one or missing in the other. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
do you remember this? It was a strange method of filming. Have you ever seen anything similar in other series? I don't think this happened in The Protectors. That
No, I never
they were
seen anything.
shooting two
No,
episodes at the same time. Okay.
no,
Uh-huh.
no,
How
no.
did you feel about the fact that there was so much turnover? Was it complicated on set? Do you remember anything?
Not really. Not
Mm-hmm.
really. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So things still run very smoothly. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay. So the atmosphere on the set was still very, very positive, let's say.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and another thing is because I lived in the last place I lived was in Windsor, which was
Mm-hmm.
very
Oh, yeah.
close to Sylvia,
Mm-hmm.
Sylvia and
Sylvia
Jerry's
Anderson, yeah.
place. And that's why not only just working, we really became friends, and that we got together many times. And then that, I really, really like getting together with Barbara. So
Fantastic.
I
Yeah.
really had a wonderful time, and then I'm so glad was introduced to them not just as an actress, but as
Mm-hmm.
friends. We became very good friends.
That is so nice. I
Yeah.
think that's the best way
Exactly,
of,
but
yeah.
then that yeah, he died, passed
Yeah.
away. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
Tony Anholt passed away so young,
Yeah.
and that was so sad because we was,
Yeah.
because I was at the set, my desk where I was sitting was right next to him, and then we were always together, and we
Mm.
became
Mm.
very good friends, and he passed away.
Yeah. Yeah, he passed away in 2002, very young.
Yeah,
Very, very
exactly.
young.
And then
Yeah. And you, yeah.
the reason why I was introduced to Jerry and Sylvia Anderson
Uh-huh.
was a writer who was a script writer of first that Protectors,
The
and
The
then
Protectors.
Protectors.
Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he passed
Okay.
away too, very,
Uh,
very young.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of people
We
passed away.
yeah, we never had the chance, unfortunately, to get in touch with Tony because he passed away so young.
Yeah.
What was he like? Because we know you were with him on multiple occasions.
Which
So
person? I
Tony
missed.
Anholt, Tony Anholt.
Tony Anhall. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony was a very, we became very good friend at the Protectors.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like, and then partly because although he was English, but I'm Japanese, I'm an Asian, and then that he was born in Singapore.
I
So
know. I
Mm.
we had a
remember.
lot in common.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
really missed him. I was very sad when he passed away.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
sad. And then
Okay.
I was sad when Jerry passed away too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now but the last gathering in London last
Mm-hmm.
year,
Yes, yeah.
I met Sylvia's daughter who
Mm.
came over, and that was so nice. That was
Yeah.
so nice. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Mhm. Is there any scene, any particular scene that was, I don't know, funny or unusual during the series that you would like to talk about?
Well, I am so
Do
sorry
you
to
still
say,
remember
but
something?
I am so
Because it's
sorry to
difficult.
say, Sylvia, I am 82 years old. Okay. And that was over 50 years ago I
Yeah.
worked. And then I did millions of other things. So I don't particularly remember. But all I
Don't
remember
worry.
was I had a great time generally with Jerry and Sylvia, and also especially with Tony.
Yeah.
I really, well, it was. But then being in England, working as an actress was really wonderful. But then the reason why, when I came to Italy and then we moved to LA with the husband at the time, who wants to rather be the director in Hollywood. I mean, I don't particularly like making being an actress in Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
because in America, if you are Japanese, only part I kept getting that offer was either that the nurse, or
Mm.
that yeah, or the protectors, the
Yeah.
karate expert, or some kind of a semi-professional
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lady, who's
Yeah, there was a
really,
lot of
and
typecasting, I
yeah, and
think,
that's what
about
the
Japanese people.
American,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
idea of writing that the part for the Japanese part. That's why I stopped being an actress, and then
Mm-hmm.
I would rather be a producer. That's why I was always interested while I lived in Europe, dealing with the fashion designers and the fashion photographers.
Mm-hmm.
So I became a fashion, production,
Yeah.
advertising and all that. And then for Vogue and, all Elle magazine and all that, I did become a producer for the fashion photography production. And I really had a great time. And then I closed my office when I became 60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
so glad I had an experience in London. And then I came to America, and I mean, that I was the only that Asian fashion production producer in the whole
Yeah.
United States. And then all the people like, Yves Saint Laurent and,
Mm-hmm.
the Ralph Lauren, everybody wanted to work with me. And they came all over, all the way to LA, because
Mm-hmm.
I have been
Mm-hmm.
living in LA. So I had a great time as a producer.
Amazing, an amazing
Yeah.
career, yeah.
Mhm.
And out of curiosity, if you had remained in London, would you have gone on being an actress, or would you have quit anyway to change your
If I
career?
was still
If you,
staying in
yeah,
London, maybe I would have, because especially in London, that they kept offering me English part.
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
that's what I like about. But
Mm-hmm.
in America, we were Japanese or Asian.
Yeah,
So that's why I decided I didn't want to be an actress in Hollywood.
yeah.
But
I
if
totally
I were
understand
in
that.
England, I'm sure I would have been an actress
Yeah.
even
Mm-hmm.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If
And
they gave for me some part over there. Yeah.
yeah, of course, of course, yeah. And about Space 1999, when you were still an actress there, were there any moments when you would have liked to move away from the script and maybe give more depth to your character, or even the
No, no.
protectors? I don't know. No,
Every minute. And
you
I
were happy
like,
about the scripts.
yeah, I
Okay.
liked Sylvia, and then I liked, the Jerry, both of them. And so I had a great time being on the set as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I really enjoy. I was very lucky because they could have offered my part to any other English actress too.
Mm-hmm.
And then a nice thing is because of that Martin Landa and then that Sylvia, but especially Martin was my neighbor. That they were both of them, and then originally my part wasn't Yasko, but
Mm-hmm.
Martin is the one who said to Jerry and Sylvia, "Why
Mm-hmm.
do you want to call her with this rather strange name? And it is not even Japanese. And then she's Asian, she's Japanese. No, let's call her Yasko."
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
Martin's idea. Interesting.
That was
Yeah.
Martin's
Mm.
idea. And then
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
grateful. I was so
Mhm.
grateful to Martin.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
so
Good.
wonderful. I really, really, I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying when I found out when he passed away, and also when Tony passed away
Yeah.
again. I was so sad.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
As far as you remember, did your career, your film career, have any particular impact in Japan? I mean, were there friends in
Well, the
Japan who
thing is,
called you
yeah,
or
I
something?
wish I can send you the Japanese that newspaper article which
Mm-hmm.
came out when I was working at Space 1999. You see, in
Mm-hmm.
Japan they never shown Space
Mm-hmm.
1999,
Oh.
so they
Okay.
didn't know particular. And then I was
Okay.
never an actress in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So there was an article when I was working in London as an actress. There was a Japanese lady who was never an actress in
Mm-hmm.
Japan, but she's now cast in the TV series called Space 1999. I know that it was I had there was an article. I have it in Japanese, in the
Okay.
old
Okay.
article.
Good.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, and then that it was not only Space 1999, and as I was so grateful, I played lots of parts in BBC, nothing to do with
Mm-hmm.
me being Japanese,
Yeah.
and then I was, I was called to France. I did this TV series for that something like 20 episodes in
Mm-hmm.
France, playing a Vietnamese
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
in France. And then I didn't even speak French, but they taught me how to pronounce it and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
then I worked at that bits of things in Italy as well. And
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
love being in Europe. I
Mm-hmm.
really
Do
enjoy
do
being
you
in Europe.
remember where you used to shoot in Italy? Which city? Do you remember anything about
Uh,
being in Italy?
I was in Rome. a
Okay.
date. And then and then I went to Milan because I was involved with things like that especially with Giorgio Armani and all
Okay.
that. Work-wise too. So I was visiting Milan all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I really loved. I much prefer Italian food than French food.
Me too.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
So I love,
I live
yeah.
north of Milan, and
Oh,
my
you
daughter
do?
studied, yeah, and my daughter studied as a fashion designer, so I understand
Uh-huh.
that.
Oh, how wonderful. And
Lovely.
you people have no chance to ever come to Japan?
Oh, it would be lovely. That's one of my dreams.
Maybe one day.
Japan. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
one day.
Yeah,
Why
you
not?
should
Yeah.
keep in touch because honestly, Japan is so wonderful and very peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about, especially LA. Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Mm.
Drivers in LA, I know that it is a car society, so you got to drive. But oh my God, there was
Mm-hmm.
few times with so many scary experience I had in that
Mm-hmm.
LA. And
Yeah.
so I am so much more relaxed being in Japan. And I don't drive here anymore. I just use Uber. It's just as
Okay.
easy. Yeah. And
Sure.
because, yeah, Japan,
Mm.
Tokyo and all that. Yes, Tokyo itself is, but the metro system is so good. But LA, there's no metro system anyway. So you have to drive and then the
Mm. Yeah,
driving.
on the
Oh,
freeways.
Yeah.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
freeway. Oh my God, it was
Too much,
awful.
too chaotic, too
50
chaotic.
years
Mm.
I have been
Yeah.
driving there and
I
enough.
Gosh.
I
That's
would
why
like to try the bullet train.
The
the
bullet
train,
train.
The
Oh,
yes,
bullet train.
yes.
I would
The
yes,
like to
the
try the
bullet
bullet
Shinkansen.
train
train.
here is fantastic.
Wow.
Really, really good.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I go from Tokyo to Kyoto many times because I love Kyoto. That was
Hmm.
so beautiful. It is a city of Zen temple, and I love
Hmm.
it there. Yeah, you must come
Fantastic.
over. I can take you to all these wonderful
Oh.
places. And then nearby, north part of northern, north side of the 1 hour from Tokyo, there was a beautiful that the Bay Area with hundreds of little islands. I know that there are so many beautiful spots all over Japan, and every area you go, it's a different Japanese food, which is
Hmm.
so good.
Fantastic.
That's why,
Fantastic.
we Japanese love Italian food. We have
Yeah.
lots of Italian restaurants in a Japanese style.
Yeah. We have Japanese restaurants in Italian style, so I
Yes,
believe it's pretty
of
much the same
course.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
I love that the Italy, not only just the meat and all that, but the vegetable, fish, everything is so good. That's what I like about Japan. Fish,
Yeah.
even the beef that they here,
Hmm.
that yeah, the beef here is so good. And then
Yeah.
I often go to the yakiniku, which is on the table. They bring a
Oh,
little,
yeah.
yeah, and then cook the little steak, which is so nice. Yeah.
Very nice. So you've
Yeah.
settled back very quickly, I guess.
Huh?
You've settled back in Japan very quickly
Oh,
then.
it's so good. And then that's why I sold my property. I sold
Hmm.
everything over there. So I
Okay.
had it, but there was a couple of other things I'm still keeping, like my bank account and all that, because
Hmm.
I still, that I have to keep few things over there. So,
Sure.
but then I am
Mhm.
eventually going to close the bank account and everything. And then then I
Mhm.
don't need to keep going back to
Mhm.
America.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is it. We are out of time almost,
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
Marcello? Uh-huh. But
Okay. All right.
I think it was an amazing
It
interview.
was so
Thank
nice
you.
talking to
Yes,
you.
yes,
So
Thank
we
you
will
so
be able to,
much.
maybe we might talk on
Hmm.
in September.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's do that. Yeah, Marcello, let's do
Lovely.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Lovely.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much,
much.
Yasko.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
see you
Goodbye.
soon
Bye.
then.
Okay.
Thank you from all the
Thank
club.
you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Have a wonderful rest of the day. It's too early there.
Thank you.
It's now
And good
have a
night.
great night.
8:30,
Have
so
a great
I'm going
night.
to go to bed by 9 o'clock. So.
Ok.
Bye.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Allora, eccoci qua di nuovo. Spero che la nostra intervista vi sia piaciuta, spero che sia stata interessante. Vi ricordo che naturalmente avremo altri incontri di questo genere, noi non ci fermiamo mai, non ci arrendiamo mai. E per adesso vi ringraziamo, vi salutiamo tutti quanti e arimashita, arigato.